Hey you guys, Erica here. Hope you guys can hear me okay. I'm not trying to talk too loud because it's 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning, 5:43, 5:43 in the morning. My kids are still asleep and my husband's asleep. And I got my trusty little blanket here because it's cold down here, you guys. It's always cold early in the morning and late at night down here. It's ridiculous. I don't want to turn the air down because upstairs it gets really, really warm during the day. So it's better just to keep it at and it's like 75 degrees. I keep it at 75, but only because it gets so cold down here. It's ridiculous. Anyways, I want to update you guys. I didn't get to do a video yesterday. I had like 9 boys at my house last night, playing video games. It was ridiculous. It was chaotic. So I wasn't able to do a video, and then we went to the pool and stuff, and then we got rained out, and yeah. Anyways, so let's see. I weighed myself yesterday morning, and I weighed 150.2. So I had gained a pound, and I already knew why. It was water retention, because the day before that, I told you guys I went to a picnic. My 5th grader, they had a 5th grade picnic for the whole, like, it was school-wide, and we were out there, and it was super hot. I was out there from like 8 to 2, and we did like a 2-mile nature trail walk, and I did a lot of picking up and putting down of boxes and stuff. It was just, I was sweating like crazy, and I didn't eat while I was out there because all they had was pizza, chips, cookies. I thought it was a picnic, so I thought they were going to have like hamburgers and stuff, but they didn't have any of that. So, and I wasn't hungry because it was so hot. I was just thirsty. I was drinking so much water. So I had a good gallon of water yesterday. I'm not yesterday, day before yesterday. But yeah, I gained a pound. And my feelings toward that was kind of like, whatever. Okay. And, I was thinking about yesterday being, kind of it for me. Like, going ahead and stopping. Not because I was feeling any sort of way about it. I was just, okay, I've been on this long enough. And, I was talking with Sarah and stuff. And I'm like, she was just, talking about how long she's been on it. And I'm like, dang, I've been on it a long time too. Maybe it's time for me to end. But I am going to finish out my bottle. Like, I don't even think I have 6 days left in the bottle. Now that after I took it this morning, I don't think I have 6 days. It might be 3, maybe 4 at the most. So I could finish it out. I'm good. And I don't feel exhausted. I don't feel a certain way. I don't feel like there's no, like, no type of side effects or anything going on in my body right now. I feel pretty good. I'm not starving. I'm not, like, I know it's still, like, in my body and everything. But, weighed myself this morning, and I weighed 149.4, so that's a 0.8 loss. And, again, pretty sure it was the water weight day before, which is why I had gained, and now I'm back in the 140s, so I'm very much cool with it. And, you guys, this morning, I woke up at like 4 or something, because I went to bed at like 9. Those kids, they ran me. I was so tired. I was just like mentally exhausted because there were so many of them in here. But anyways, went to bed early, woke up this morning, woke up about 4:30, and I was just laying in the bed. And while I was laying in the bed, I really, really just started reflecting on my time on HCG. Let me see what minutes I'm on. Okay, I'm good. This might be a 2-parter, you guys, because I'm kind of talking right now. Rambling. But, yeah, I was just really reflecting on my time on HCG. And basically, if I've lost over 20 pounds on it. I feel good about myself. I feel I look good. However, I couldn't help but to think, if I done this the way that it was intended, how much more weight would I have lost? How much more of a transformation of myself physically? Because I feel like mentally, I'm there now. I really am, I'm there. But I'm in a good place mentally and emotionally. Physically, I'm just thinking my transformation could have been huge, I started this journey at 171, and now I'm at 149. And yeah, I feel I look good. However, I'm thinking this could have been my only round. It really could have. Had I did it the way it was intended and stuck with it. Maybe I wouldn't have gotten to the 120s, because yes, that number is in my head. I have a particular number in my head, and that's the number I do want to get to. I know 140s would look good for me, but I can't help that. I know that that's the number in my head, and maybe I wouldn't have hit that number. However, my transformation, I probably, more than likely, I would have lost a lot more belly fat, because it targets the abnormal, fat. A lot more belly fat. My arms probably would have been smaller, more than likely. So there would have been more of a transformation, I think, if I done it the way that it was intended. However, I've kind of did what I wanted to do, and that's just, you know, it's just the way that I kind of roll when it comes to things, especially when, it's like, I don't know, I kind of get it. I kind of get on this like set, like laser vision of doing something a particular way, and then no matter what, I kind of stick with that way. And I was talking with Sarah yesterday, and I love that girl. Like, we talk all the time. HCG Road, by the way. But I was telling her, I'm like, I've gotten down to my goal weight not using HCG. I mean, in my eyes, I looked good. I had zero fat on my stomach. There was zero pooch on it. It was flat. Now, granted, there was skin, but it was flat. My arms were small. Like, I felt like all the areas that I wanted to be smaller were smaller. And I was a size 4. I got down to size 4. What's the difference of me losing weight and me looking that way versus me doing HCG? And this is just me talking with her, right? And, I love her because she's very thorough. Like, I've read Dr. Simeon's book. I've read it twice. I haven't read it recently. I actually have the book. But when I first started this, like, I was reading it because my thought process was I was going to do this the way that it was intended to be done. That's how I started this thing, But she's more thorough than I am. So she was like, you know what? HCG is not a diet. It's a cure. It's a cure for obesity. And I'm not quoting her verbatim. This is just the gist of our conversation. It's a cure. And if we do it the way that it's intended, and we do maintenance and we set our weight, we will never have to worry about being overweight again. And when she said that, and of course, like I said, I've read Dr. Simeon's book. But sometimes when somebody, and maybe it's because, we have this relationship where I'm a bit more open to the things she says. That's probably why. I mean, we're both pretty open with each other. It's like we can tell each other things that maybe other people can't tell us, without us getting like upset and stuff. But her saying that to me was like it was like a click in there, I'm like, oh my gosh, I do this and put my ego aside, drop the ego, The resistance, yeah, it's there, but I have a tool that I can use to work on the resistance. I do, I'm very much into the mindset and psychology and I know what I can do to drop that resistance, to lower it, to lower the level of resistance within myself. I know what to do. If I do this the way it's intended, my gosh, I'll never have to worry about overeating and like, I mean, I'll still have to worry, like, think about that. But if I decide to eat something, I'm not gonna have to worry about gaining 5 pounds and this. It'll be set. My transformation will be a forever thing instead of something that I always have to work on. So I'm at the end of, coming to the end of my round. Oh, I'm at 10 minutes, you guys. This is going to be part 2.